Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Disney Pin Pursuit. My name is Alyssa, and I went to another pin trading event. So I've got a pin haul that I wanted to show you guys. This was a local pin event here in Washington. So I am part of I think it's Disney Pin Trading PNW Facebook group, which I found just by like months ago when I first started, just by searching Disney pin trading in the Facebook search bar to find local pin trading Facebook groups so I could connect with people here and hopefully go to a pin trading event locally, or at least be able to trade with people who were in my area so shipping wasn't as expensive. But yeah, I found them. They are a great Facebook group. If you're in the Pacific Northwest area, they do a ton of pin trading events. Mainly the ones that I've seen are either in Washington State or they're in Oregon. So great people. It was so much fun. And they're going to host another one in the SeaTac area in December. And I think I'm going to try to go to that one too. But yeah, it was my first pin trading event ever. If you've seen my past videos, was at a Kraken pin trading event in Anaheim. And those events are insane. They take up multiple ballrooms in hotels. And this one was in a little anime collectible shop in the local mall. So a lot less people, which was on one hand intimidating because I'm not super social, so there wasn't a lot of places for me to hide when I got there. But on the other side, everyone was super chill. Once I started talking to people, everyone just nerds out just as hard as you do about all of the pins. Everyone wants to know what you collect, how long you've been trading for, and everyone is it's much more pin trading as I anticipated it versus the Kraken events. There's a lot of pin sellers there and people who do big live auctions and things, and it felt more business-y and trying to barter almost, versus this pin trading event definitely felt like, oh, you need this pin for your collection and you've been trying to hunt it down for forever. Let me figure out what I can grab from your collection to be able to trade for it, because I want this pin to go to someone who collects this thing. So I made friends there. Everyone was exchanging Instagram handles and stuff so that they could connect later. And everyone was so nice and both reasonable with trades. So, someone wasn't going to trade you a big pin for a bunch of your tiny ones if they didn't want to do that, but also not in a standoffish way. Everyone was very respectful. I got to learn about a fantasy pin artist there, Soada, Soada, or Magically Horrific is his website, or their website, and they make amazing fantasy pins, and I think I'm going to start collecting some of his profiles because they're beautiful. But yeah, it was just a really great event to connect with the community, make new friends in my area that I can trade with, and I'm definitely going to start going to more of their pin events if I have the time. This one costs $5 to enter in, but the next one in Seattle, sounds like it's gonna be bigger than this one, is free. So really great way to connect with other people and other pin traders. And I was able to make a ton of trades. So I'm super excited to show you guys. I definitely didn't go in with a lot of expectations just because I knew it would be smaller and I didn't know, what everyone's options were going to be and how big people's pin collections are going to be. But I was able to trade for a ton of stuff that I needed for my collection. So it was awesome. I'm going to try to remember, because of course I chickened out once again and did not film any part of the event itself. I didn't want to get up all in people's space, and I'm still super new to this whole YouTube content creating thing. So I didn't know really the right way to go about it. I think I have a better idea now. I will try to do that in the future. I just have to grow a pair first. But if I can remember what I traded the pins for, I will put the pictures in the video somewhere when I'm talking about the pins so that you can see the trades that I made. I think I remember some of them. I don't remember all of them, but I'll go back through old pictures of my pin book and see if I can remember. But I snagged some pins that I did not think I was going to be able to trade for at this event. So I am so excited to show you. I've also got a couple little tips. Every time that I go to something like this, I like learn one more little thing to make it even more seamless. And I've got a couple tips for sure for going to pin trading events. Okay, so I'm going to end with the pins that I'm most excited about. So I'm going to start with the ones that I still love, but I definitely like made trades with people because I am not going to, if I can make a trade work with somebody, I'm going to make a trade work so that they can get a pin that I have that they really want in their collection. So as long as there's pins that you have that are equal value, or like if I happen to have a more expensive pin and you have a couple smaller pins that I know would make good traders, I'm going to trade with you. Because I know how that is, being a very new pin collector and really wanting something and being so surprised that I found someone with that pin that I want. So the back page is kind of trades that I made with people there's definitely pins on here that I wanted that weren't like, I wasn't like searching for them, but there's a few pins on here that I traded with people so that they could have the pin that they wanted. Anyway, so I actually, I traded with some newer pin traders, and I actually have this Dumbo already that I have in my trade book, but they had the carded set, so I traded them for that. That was one trade. Then I also traded for this super cute Headless Horseman pumpkin, and this one, she wanted my Betty Ross, I hope that's the right name. She wanted my Betty Ross Minnie Mouse with the old American flag pin. So I'm super happy I was able to make that work for her, because she tried to trade with somebody else that had it and they didn't have anything, or they didn't want to trade her for anything that she had. So I think he's cute, and I am going to start a Halloween board probably eventually soon. So I love the Headless Horseman pins. I think they're adorable. Then there was this girl who really wanted my Pluto spring pin, and she didn't have a ton of her own pins, and she wanted to trade just like pin for pin. So I traded her for this cool Wizard of Oz pin so that she could have that Pluto pin for her collection. She was wearing like everything Pluto, and it was adorable, and I could not say no. So I have that pin now that will just go in my traders. Then there was another person, which I remember this trade too. I actually wanted one of her space parade pin, which I got. I'll show you guys on the back here in a second. And the only pin in my book she wanted was my Palm Ariel floral pin that I had. And she needed it for another trade because she wanted a pin from somebody else who only wanted this Ariel pin. So I was able to trade her for a couple of her pins so she could have this Ariel pin and make that trade happen for her at a future event. So I want to focus on attractions. Right now I'm really focusing on Big Thunder, Matterhorn, and Space, but Pirates is like a close addition to that collection. So she had this really cool Disneyland Pirates pin with the dog and the keys dangle. I haven't taken it out of the plastic yet. And then another trader also had Minnie dressed as red, which I thought was freaking adorable. So I got that pin as well. Let's see where we want to go. Oh, I know I'm trying to just collect Dumbo and Baths, but I couldn't help it. I think I needed to put a couple more pins together to trade somebody for a pin she wanted from me. And I love this Dumbo pin. It's so freaking cute. I also love that it's like just a square picture and the flowers just kind of sit out. But I love that he's like in his mom's trunk and looking up at her. It's so cute. Always reminds me of me and my son. So that's why Dumbo and his pins have a soft spot in my heart. And then another girl wanted to trade me. I can't remember exactly what pin she wanted now. It was a mystery box pin. I think, to complete her collection. And she wanted a couple, I think. And I have been eyeing the Hocus Pocus mystery box set, but I didn't want to spend the money to buy them. So I think my goal is going to be to try and trade for all of the Hocus Pocus letters. So that has officially started now. I'm not going to like seek these out, although I do have a couple more coming in the mail from someone that I traded with in Rhode Island, which is nuts. But so that has officially started. I will be trying to get those letters over time eventually. And then I love this Vampire Mickey. So that is going to be accompanied, an accompaniment to the Hocus Pocus letters for the start of a Halloween board. Then I was super excited to get all these Cars pins down here. I'm not huge into Cars, but if you've watched my other videos, my son is obsessed with Cars. And so I have a little Cars board that I'm slowly adding a couple things to as I find them. So I've got Mater, I've got Jack and Storm, which is so funny. It's one of my son's favorite characters. I keep trying to explain to him that he's not nice, but he thinks he's so cool. So I have a Jack and Storm pin to add. And then I got two of these. I think these are Loungefly pins. And I got Lightning and Red. And Red is one of my favorites. And my kid also is obsessed with fire trucks. So he loves seeing red too. So super excited to add those to my board. Now for the pins that I was most excited to add to my collection, I got a bunch of space pins and a couple of really cool older Big Thunder pins. So I was finally able to track down somebody with this D23 pin that I've had 2 trades fall through for this one online. And so I was able to trade her for this one. I love it. I love the background. It's just so sparkly and cool. And then this was for that Ariel Palm pin along with the Pirates pin, and I think one other, but I just can't remember which one it was. Oh, I don't remember. Anyway, so I got this. So now the only one that I need to have the same pin, I'm trying to get, like, if there's a series that has a Matterhorn, a Space, and a Big Thunder pin, I'm trying to get all of those pins so that my boards, they're like all kind of connected in a way, I guess. So the only one I'm missing now is the Disneyland version of the Matterhorn parade pin from the series. And then I got this really cool space. I hope you can see all of these. I got this really cool space anniversary pin. I got the Space Kingdom of Cute pin from that mystery box set. And then I got the Minnie Mouse Main Attraction Space Mountain set. I am still on the lookout for the Big Thunder one, and I haven't gotten a chance to like dive into this set yet. If there's a Matterhorn version, I will also be trying to get that too. It's not like the highest set up on my ISOs for any of these, but I was able to find it here, and she's cute. And I love this space pin. It's super sparkly in the back. I love the pins that just like show off the attraction itself. It's not like, you know, I mean, Minnie Mouse is in this collection, but it's not like Minnie riding Space Mountain, right? It's Space Mountain itself. So, and then I got a Dumbo in a bath pin to add to that collection. I think this is a Loungefly pin. So super awesome that I was able to add to that. And then I got the Thumper Paris Bigfoot to add to that collection. So now from that set, I'm only missing 3. So I'm close to finishing that one as well. And then I got this, I think is his name Jose? I can't remember his name, but one of the 3 Caballeros riding Big Thunder, which I thought was just hilarious. It's an older pin. I think it's a waffle back. Oh, no, it's not a waffle back. I can't really see the 2011. So not as old as I thought, but still, it was just funny. I thought that was a funny pin. And then I got this old vintage 1991 Big Thunder pin that's super cool. It's got like Big Thunder and I'm blanking. I know the boat name, the Mark Twain on it. So I thought that was just a really cool, insane find. And I traded my, I've been trying to get a duplicate of the Lightning McQueen from the Disneyland 70th mystery box set for my Cars board, because I have it on my finished 70th set board. And I like just traded Lightning, or I think one of my other pins for Lightning with somebody, and then the person that had this vintage Big Thunder pin only wanted the Lightning I just traded for. So I traded Lightning away and got the vintage pin, but I thought that was fair, and she was dead set on that one. So I thought that was pretty funny. Okay, then the last pin that I got. This is the pin that I never thought I was going to get my hands on, because out of all of the Nifty 50s pins, this was the one that no one had an extra, like, that was trying to sell it on Facebook or had any for trade on PinPix. So I just thought everyone was going to keep this pin from the Nifty 50s that got it. But this person had one of them and agreed. She like scoured my pin book and was like, I'm going to make this trade happen. It was amazing. So I got the Frontierland. It's like a quadruple fold pin with Big Thunder on it and Goofy. So I will take it out quickly because my kid is waking up now from his nap. But I just could not believe that she had this and had it for trade. Look how pretty this pin is. It is Frontierland, so it kind of takes up the whole area. And then this is the plaque to the entrance of the park with Walt's quote on it. But look at how amazing Big Thunder looks on this pin. I'm so excited about this. And my kid's coming out of his room right now, so if you hear a whining kid, that's why. But this is gonna need, like, I'm gonna have to get this its own little like mini board to put on, because it's huge and I want it unfolded so that everyone can see what it is. But yeah, really quick, a tip. My 3-year-old is waking up my 1-year-old who I just put down for a nap. The tip I saw a bunch of people doing this and it was genius. Bring a mini Pinfolio board so that if someone wants to, or like 2, so you can give the other one to the person if they don't have one. And as you're pulling pins that you want to trade them for out of their book, you can stick them on the Pinfolio board, and that way they don't get like knocked off a table or covered up by something, and it's easier to keep track of the trades you want to make. The other tip that I have, bring an empty board or book or have an empty page to put your traders on, because I did not bring an extra Pinfolio book, and so I was putting my traders in the one that everyone was looking through. So every time I gave my Pinfolio over to somebody, I had to say, oh hey, by the way. So if this video is cut real weird, it's because I'm trying to cut my kid out of it. I don't put his face on anything, so I have to try to make sure he's not in my videos. So anyway, bring an empty Pinfolio, like a small one or something, and then that way you can put the pins you've traded for in that one. And then that way you're not having to tell people like, hey, I just traded for that pin, so that one's not up for trade, because I ran into a couple times where people wanted a pin that I had traded for, and then I had to tell them, you know, oh, sorry, I just traded for that pin, so I'm not trading that one. So anyway, and I saw a bunch of people, almost everybody there was doing the same thing, and I didn't even think about that. So the next pin trading event I go to, I'm going to bring my Pinfolio show, I think that's what it's called, the one that's like park size, but not the mini one. And I'm going to bring that and put my trades in that, so that way I can keep everything separate. But yeah, so it was an awesome pin trading event. I'm so excited to be able to show you guys what I traded for. I cannot wait. My Space Mountain board is going to look bomb after I put all these up. And I think I'm going to try to hit up the one in SeaTac in December. And if you guys are going to be there, find me. I'll trade with you 100%. I'm so excited to make these awesome connections in the pin trading community, and love that I can trade at home and not just have to rely on pin trading through the mail and paying shipping. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, like, subscribe. I'm getting really close to 100 subscribers, which is amazing. I can't believe that this is like, there's that many people that want to know when my videos come out and watch them. So thank you guys so much. Oh, and comment below if you're going to a pin trading event soon and what your favorite tip is that you've taken away from going to pin trading events that you want to share with everybody else, because I need all of them. I've only been 2, so let me know what your biggest tip would be, and I will see you on the next video. All right, bye.